welcome to another edition of Storytime with Kiri Kennedy. Today is a very, very, very special story. When I was a child, I was a huge fan of Indiana Jones. I also, because of Indiana Jones, at one point around 4th, 5th grade, wanted to be an Egyptologist. So I went from author to Egyptologist to actress to whatever the hell it is that I do now, as yet to be determined. Theater things. And reading my stories. So this one that I found called The Grasshopper Case is a Kiriana Jones story. Oh, yes. So I used to wear a fedora and I'd take a jump rope and I used to pretend that I was Kiriana Jones and I would go on adventures. Somewhere there is a picture of me, I'm pretty sure, in the fedora with the rope. But that would be at my parents' house, so I don't have access to that. Maybe, they could post it down below in the comments, but I don't know that my mom would know how to do that. But my sister might be able to. So keep your fingers crossed, you might get to see a picture of Kiriana Jones in action. But for now, we are going to read The Grasshopper Case, which is the only Kiriana Jones story in existence. So, without further ado, let's dive on in. And I'm really excited as well, I have to say, because, it was a good find for me. Ahem. And plus, check it out, man. It's typed. This is some serious stuff on my Apple IIe. The Grasshopper Case. It was another day, another strange adventure for me, Kiriana Jones, and my crew. It was 10 o'clock Egypt time, and we all set off to the great Valley of the Kings. I was most excited because great treasures and tombs were found here. They made most Egyptologists famous, and I longed to be one. Not sure, famous Egyptologist is what I longed to be. Our Jeep took like lightning. Our Jeep took off like lightning as we motored across the desert. I suddenly pulled the Jeep to a stop. There in front of me sat an underground tomb. A small one, but it didn't matter to me. It was my fortune. We crept into the darkness. I could feel my assistant, Chris, shaking. "Kiriana, I'm scared," he gasped. He looked as if he had just witnessed a murder. "Don't worry, Chris," I stated calmly. "Nothing is going to happen." It must have been like magic or something, for at that very moment, the floor fell through and half my crew hurtled down the gap the floor had created. Only Chris and I stood on ground. He ran to help the others. Me, I was after fame and fortune. I eyed a strange-looking box with writing on it. I gasped. It read, "Take this box off of this table and great doom will be in store." I laughed at those dumb things. They were fake, and I knew it. I pried open the box, and there sat a small, mummified grasshopper. I heard laughter, and I quickly jerked around. A big, mummified grasshopper stood in front of me. I held my breath. The grasshopper raised his hand. "Do not fear, human. I come in peace." I stood back into a corner. I stood as far away as I could. "What do you want?" I asked. "Nothing," he replied. "I just want you to do me a favor." I nodded my head. "Sure, on one condition. You set my crew free." He looked puzzled. Then he stated, "I will if you succeed in my task. I want you to tell everyone you have discovered a great tomb of a pharaoh, and then say, 'But alas, I cannot enter.' Then you bring them here, and that's all." I hesitated. "I'll get my crew back then, right?" He nodded. Always trust a giant grasshopper in a tomb underground. It's totally gonna, totally trustworthy. Grasshoppers, totally trustworthy. I did what he said. I went back to Cairo and went to a museum. I told them all about it, and they agreed that they would come. They said to meet them at the pyramid at 5 o'clock sharp. The next day, we set off to the Grasshopper's tomb. It took as fast as lightning to get there. As soon as we got there, we went through the sealed door. We went to the sealed door, we went up to the sealed door. The people picked it open. So we got through the sealed door. Next, we walked in the room, and it was so quiet you could hear a feather drop. Anyway, when we got there, the Grasshopper was waiting for us. "Nice to see you. Good work, Kiriana. You have just captured the people who put my brothers in cages and stuff. You will get your crew back, but don't count on getting them back." What? "You just captured the people who put my brothers in cages and stuff. You will get your crew back, but don't count on getting them back." Oh, the people that I brought. Okay. Cool. "My crew appeared before my eyes. They were dressed in fine clothes and jewels. They were in perfect shape. Even Chris was as beautiful as Mr. America. Except the people from the museum were gone. According to the Grasshopper, they were never to be seen again by a living soul. Kiriana, I thank you for helping me put away these people. So to show my thanks, you can have this." He handed me a small jeweled box. "To remember me." I will, I stated calmly. I knew inside. Fame and fortune, here I come. All right, well, yeah, so my boyfriend now is named Chris. I look forward to telling him that he's as beautiful as Mr. America and that he was part of Kiriana Jones's crew back then. Don't be a museum that cages grasshoppers, because grasshoppers will get their revenge one way or the other. So yeah, you know, it's probably on par with Crystal Skull in the Indiana Jones series. I mean, so, yeah. Hopefully, maybe I'll dig up some other Kiriana Jones's stories, but, I don't know. I think that might be it. So, if you liked that, hit the subscribe button. Crap's about to get super weird as I dive into my junior high school stories. I mean, that's in a little while. There's a lot to get through before then, but I'm just telling you, I had a sick mind. But now I'm perfectly fine and normal, and I don't do anything weird. Alright, so, that's it for now. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed the adventures of Kiriana Jones. Watch out for giant grasshoppers and don't make promises. Well, no, actually, never mind. Kiriana Jones did get her crew back, so I guess the grasshopper wasn't lying. Just moral. Don't put grasshoppers in cages in museums in Egypt.